Hello everyone. Welcome back for another fabulous Friday idea. We all love to make cards, and many times we get stumped. We hit a roadblock. I'm going to start showing you how you can use simple ideas, simple steps, and get a great card. I will be using the it was the Spellbinders large die club this month, and I'm not certain, it was the lighthouse one. Oh, Sailor's Light. I didn't know what it was called. And I'm going to be doing my own version of this. I'm not using all these pieces, way too many pieces for me, but we're going to get started. So the first thing I need to do is I need to begin with a focal point, a focal image, all right? And my focal image is going to be the lighthouse. So I have pulled out the pieces to do the lighthouse, all right? This piece is going to be cut from the black. I will cut this piece from white. I will cut the door from the black. And I know you're wondering why, because it'll show up. This has detail to it, and I want the detail to show. And then I'm going to cut the top and the stripes out of red. So I'm going to cut that, and I'll be back. Okay, I have all my pieces cut, and it's time to put it together. So I'm going to pull in my glue and add some glue to this. Not certain where my tweezers went. Okay. There are lines on here, so you know how to line it up. That's the advantage to Spellbinders dies. All right, I'm going to put my little door on next. I hadn't done any of their clubs, but I saw this and I love lighthouses, so I was looking for some new ones there. So I've got my door in. Now here in North Carolina, our lighthouses are black and white, but I wanted to have some contrast. So I did cut this out out of red. I didn't realize that it depended on where you were in the country. If you had, I'm looking to see. There it is. There is a line there, so I'm looking for it. What color your lighthouse is. All right, so there's that. And then I have two strips, and there are two lines on the lighthouse. All right, this is the smaller one. So it goes here. And using the glue gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Oops, I think I need to turn this around. It just wasn't laying right. Now it is. Okay, pull that down a little there. And then this one goes on the bottom. And there's a line right there. So you've got lines to line it up. Okay, now I did not cut out, there is a die that will cut out the light. I didn't cut out the light because this is daytime. You don't see that light during the day. All right, so there's our focal image. Now we need to create a staging panel for it. And I thought, what better way than to take and have this, you can use a shape or anything else, but like a rectangle, circle, that type of thing. I thought it would be great to use the pieces in the kit and make some waves. I'm going to put that up there. And some, I'm going to pull these out, some rocks. So it's sitting like on a rocky shore. So I'm going to cut this piece out of here. It's a great way to use up your scraps. I'm going to cut several of these out of this darker gray. That's rocks. This is my one wave, and this is the other one. I don't know what that's going to look like. We'll find out. So I'm going to cut this out and I'll be back. I have all my pieces cut, and now it's time to put that together. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my waves, and this is not exactly the same size. It's close, so you kind of have some wiggle room with it. So I'm going to add some glue here. Now, if you want, just use some double-sided tape. I don't know, what's it called? It's the kind you put on, then you die cut and you peel it off. It makes it a sticker. I don't know what it's called. Can't remember. All right, so there's my waves. And I'm going to put a block on that to just kind of help hold it in place. Now, this is my island, and I have to think about where I'm going to put my lighthouse, because I'm going to add my rocks on here, because they usually build up the rocks. It's got a lot, it's like granite, big pieces of granite. So I have an idea. So let me start putting some of these down. And I wished I knew what it did with my tweezers. I'm going to put that one there. All right, and I missed a, that one's not sticking. There it goes. All right, now I'm going to take a little one. I'm usually not one to do a lot of this fussy, not cutting, but adding of pieces and all, but I really liked this, and I didn't have anything like it. I had stamps, but not dies. All right, so there's that. And I'm going to put this other one on. Okay. Now, you have to be careful how you put these on so that it looks right. Now let me see where I'm going to lay these out. All right. So I have a big one that I can put in here. I think I'm going to put a little one here and here, like so. All right, so now that we have our staging panel completed, almost, I've got to do this, and I'm going to slide this over a little so that it kind of hides the edge. So let's see. Let's put a little glue here. All right. That's got to come up some. Watch this edge I had to pull up because it was clear underneath and it wouldn't look right. All right, now we have our staging panel, and we can add our lighthouse like so. And we need a sentiment. Now there wasn't any sentiments in this because I didn't get the stamp set. So I will be looking for a stamp set and seeing what I can find. Okay, I checked my stamps and I have one that says, "Thanks for brightening up my day." And I've chosen to use that one. I figured it went with the lighthouse theme. All right, now I gotta get this. Doesn't really matter if it's straight because I'm gonna fussy cut around it. Okay, there. Now I'm gonna show you a trick. So give me a minute to clean my stamp. If you struggle, like I do, with fussy cutting, check out this tip that I thought was fabulous. I'm going to take my stamp and I'm going to put it on top. I cleaned it now. You have to make sure it's clean. And I'm going to trace around the stamp very lightly with a pencil. And then you have a line to cut. And if you cut inside the line, see, I have that to cut now. And I can take, and I'm gonna put that there. Take my scissors, and I'm gonna cut inside that line. That way I don't have to worry about the pencil line. You have something to go on. I struggle with cutting out, images this way. So this is a tip that I cannot remember who I saw it from. So I'm sorry I can't give you credit, but I did see it on the internet. And it was, I thought, a fabulous idea. So I decided to share it with you and give it a try. See, look at that. Perfect. All right, now this is going to go on here, and I'm going to put it on with a foam adhesive right about there. I've got to pull in my foam adhesives here and cut them in half so I have some. I will be using foam adhesives on more of this, so I just want to go to put it together. All right, so there it is, and I just have to make sure that the adhesive doesn't show on the bottom. So there's our focal point, staging panel, and sentiment. That's the first three things you should do. All right, I can add more over here. Now we need to do a background. And I got the cutest stencil. And I thought this would be so great together. Now I am going to do this as a landscape card. So when I put this down, I have to be very careful that it's on the landscape. So let me get all set up. There. And this is marked front and back, which I think is good. All right, so let me get this straight. Okay. I remembered I had this and I was like, oh my gosh, I was going to go buy Lazy Susan, but I love it because I can take, I'm going to make sure I'm in the frame. I can take and put that there. I'm looking up above. And this is sticky. This is a mat for Silhouette Studio cameos, my cameo. And I'm going to put this down here like so. All right. And the first thing I'm going to do are my waves. So I'm going to use, because I have the space, I'm going to go this way with it. All right, and I've chosen Pink Fresh Studio Seaside to do my waves. So I'm going to add those in. All right, now let me put my top on this. And let me just kind of pick this up, hold it in place. Yeah, I like that. It's a soft color. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And now, let's see. All right. I've got to get a couple up here. I'm going to take the sailboat one. And where's the side that says front? Oh, it doesn't say. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, wait a minute, it's down here in the corner. There it is. Oh, Lord. All right. Now, I am not going to worry about the ones at the top, the pieces. I'm going to go with the full-size ones. And I've chosen a brown for the boat bottom. And I think I'm going to need a Post-it note. So let me grab one. And I can take and just kind of cover up so I can get it dark enough. All right, let's see. Do I need that one? No, I'm not going to do that one. Not going to do that one. So I've got this one. So I'm kind of picking and choosing which ones I want. Well, I can't do that until I do these two. All right, now this one comes down here. I can move that. I'm not going to use that piece. I will do that one, and that's the last one I need to do. All right. I couldn't see this one. All right, so I've got some sailboats there. Now, I don't want to move this, but I've got to wipe this off. So let me get a towel. I'm going to close this up because if I don't, I'll get it on there. Okay, there. Now I'm going to take my same pieces. I'm going to go back up here to this one, close it off, close this off. All right. Then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put, I'm going to do the blue first. I'm going to put this side blue and I need one more piece right there. All right, and I'm going to take my blue and I'm going to, I may have to go get that's got ink on it. I may need to get another small. All right, move this out of the way. Put this here. That there. Let's do this one. All right. And then this one here, and this one here. And add in the blue. And now I need to do red. So I'm going to put this here, close this one up, and let me get another small brush. And just to be a little bit more efficient, I'm going to put this one here and this here, and then I can do two. Okay, and I'm very quickly running out of stickiness on here because of the ink. So I just have to remember to hold it in place. All right, now these can't be used anymore because you've used them several times and they get ink on the back and then they won't stick. All right, so let's see what these look like. I hope I did this right. So I'm going to take this off. Oh, cute. Oh my gosh, that's cute. It worked. All right, now I'm going to pull this off. Actually, I'm not going to pull it off. Close this up first. I almost put my finger in it. What you do to get it off is you bend it and it comes off. If not, it kind of curls. That's not too bad. There. And then this, you've got to make sure you put your plastic piece back on top because it's sticky. And if it doesn't, it'll pick up all the dust and then it won't stick at all. You can get these on Amazon real cheap. And I just cut them down because they're like 12 by 12. All right. Time to get our card together. So I'm going to take this, and this I'm going to put on with foam adhesives. So I'm going to go through and add and if you remember, I didn't worry about making sure it was stuck down really good. I want to make sure it didn't move, but it wasn't have to be really good because of the fact that I am putting it down with foam adhesives, and I used a lot. All right, now we need our card base. Because I really wanted this to pop, I chose to use a navy card base. Lots of times I will put it all together and then choose my card base because then I know which one works. But see, I really wanted it to pop. So let me put my panel on. I always open this up. Do you know how many of these I put on wrong? So I open it up and lay it flat. And the last step is to sprinkle on some embellishments. I've pulled in some of these silver pearls that I'm going to use, and I'm going to use the little tiny ones. Let me see. I got a new... There we go. I got a new tool, so let's see how it works. Well, that end didn't work. Let's try what's on the other end. Oh, that's a pokey tool. Well, I'm not certain. It's supposed to pick them up, but all it's doing is moving it around. All right, I got to play with this some more and see how it works. So I'll go back to my pokey tool, and I can do it this way. and slide it off and into place. All right, I got to play with that to see how it works. I'm not certain. All right, it might be operator error on this case. And so there's today's idea. And I used the stencil to add some sailboats and waves at the bottom. I kind of messed up there, so make sure you cover the whole thing. I had a lot of ink on my hands too. I had to be very careful. Wasn't real good about that. It's been a while since I've used a stencil like this. I hope you enjoyed today's idea, and that is crooked, so I'm going to have to fix it. I'll heat it and fix it. And then you'll be back next Friday to see what I play with for Fabulous Friday. Have a great weekend. Bye.